Hello guys, Rico Realtor here. I'm happy to announce that we'll be starting a new segment in the channel in which we'll be analyzing some potential investment properties and figure it out if the return on investment is a good fit for you. Without any further ado, let's get to it. Today we'll be analyzing this duplex as an investment property. What we know about this property in particular is that it's being sold for $139,000. We know that each unit is currently being rented for $650, and we know that tenants are paying for all utilities. To get started, we're going to plug in the $650 per unit to figure it out what our gross monthly income is going to be, which ends up being $1,300. And our gross yearly income is $15,600. We're talking about a gross yearly income. This means before any expenses are taken out. We're talking about your mortgage payment, any savings you might have in case of a rainy day, your taxes, insurance, and utilities. What we want to know now is what those expenses are going to be. I recommend setting aside about $100 every single month in case of a rainy day, in case that you need to replace the roof in the future or anything breaks around the house, okay? For taxes, the Central Appraisal District stated that that property paid $2,200 in the year of 2019. If it stays around the same, then we're going to assume that we're going to pay that the following year, okay? Which ends up being $184 a month worth of taxes. Since the tenant is paying for all utilities, we're going to leave this at zero, okay? And for insurance, we're going to set it at $60 every single month, okay? Insurance is one of those things that you really gotta shop around and see who gives you the best deal and the best coverage, okay? So it depends a lot on who you are and what credit score you have, depending on you as an individual. Now, our monthly expenses end up being $344 for a yearly expense of $4,128. In a perfect world, nobody leaves your property and everyone stays there forever, okay? But we gotta account for any vacancy we might have. For this case scenario, we're going to plug in a 10% vacancy rate, okay? Which ends up leaving us with a 90% rented percentage, okay? For this example, we'll also be using a property manager that charges us a 10% of the monthly income of that property. Alrighty. Now, the only expense that we're missing is our monthly payments, okay? For mortgage. So, we're going to hop on into a mortgage calculator to see what that mortgage payment is going to be. We're going to plug in our $139,000. We're going to buy that with a conventional loan, and we're putting down 20%, and we're leaving at 4% interest rate. You might have a better interest rate. You might have a worse interest rate. It all depends on you as an individual, okay? We're going to calculate it. And our mortgage payment is going to be $531. So, let's plug it in. That means that every single year, we're going to end up paying $6,372 worth of mortgage payment every year, okay? Now, to calculate the return on investment, we need to figure it out how much money we're putting down in relation to how much money we're getting every single year, okay? So, our down payment for this property was $27,800. Alrighty. Now for closing cost, it might be between 3% to 5% of the purchase price of the property. For this example, we're going to leave it at $4,000. And we're going to assume that that property is in good conditions and doesn't need any rehab repairs, okay? Our total cash put down for the whole transaction was $31,800. And it leaves us with a return on investment of 6.72%. Now, I recommend trying to make it an 8% just to be safe, okay? So, let's figure it out what we can do. Let's see what happens if we buy this property at $135,000. 135. We're going to do the same terms of purchase, 20% or 4% interest rate. We're going to calculate it, and it ends up being $516. So 516 and where our down payment goes down to $27,000. Okay, we're gonna leave the closing cost the same. Okay, and our return on investment went up to 7.47%. Okay, we're gonna figure it out what happens if we find a new property manager that charges us 8% of the monthly income. Okay, so we're gonna bring this up to a 92%, and we end up with our 8.38% just by wiggling a little bit the numbers. This might be good for you, this might be bad for you. It depends on what you're looking for in return on investments. If you guys need anything real estate related, I would be glad to help. Rico Realtor, out.